格闘キャストへようこそ、シンです。この動画ではマンド・グティエレスをインタビューしました。マンドを簡単に説明すると、ディープでジョージー・ゴトに判定勝利をしています。カイ選手の相手、スマザーマンと実際試合もしてるんですよ。で、その上に、朝倉海選手とスパーリングとトレーニングをたくさん重ねてきました。カイ選手がパント王者戦に向けて、マンド選手がスパーリングパートナーとして呼ばれて、二人がかなり一緒にトレーニングされたっていうことだったんですよ。このインタビューでマンドに、スマザーマンももちろんそうですけど、カイ選手、両選手の特徴を解説してもらって、試合の勝敗予測もしてもらいました。結構興味深いことを指摘してたので、カイ vs スマザーマンの試合を楽しみにしている方は、この動画ぜひ最後まで見てください。あと、マンド選手は本当に日本が大好きで、ディープの試合すごい楽しんで、いい印象を持ってるんですよ、日本に対して。なので、ライゼンでぜひ試合したいっていうのをアピールしていました。このインタビューを見て、マンド選手いいな、試合が見たい、ライゼンで見たいと思うファンがいましたら、ぜひこの動画をシェアしてください。やっぱシェアすることによって、マンド選手が日本の MMA 界でちょっと広まるっていうことになるので、彼がライズに出る確率も多少上がると思うので、ぜひ協力お願いします。では、インタビューどうぞ。Mando, it's good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too, bro.
I heard you're one of Billy's guys. He actually is the one who introduced me to you. You do a lot of training with Billy, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Billy's a good friend of mine, man. We actually come from the same lineage with training under Gray Maynard. So that's how that connection originally happened.
I had the pleasure of talking to Billy a couple of times, interviewing him, and I actually got to meet him in person when he came to Japan. He's one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he doesn't really pass the eyeball test. He's a scary looking dude, but he's the nicest guy ever, man. He's a super cool guy.
Is he a scary looking dude?
I think he's pretty scary, man. That's a buff guy. You usually don't see white guys walking around that big and buff like that.
That's true. In Japan, he's kind of like the ideal, perfect American handsome man, if that makes sense. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Tall, good looking, buff, clean, well spoken. Like, he would what you call moteru in the Japanese word, where like a lot of girls would just naturally flock to him.
Moteru.
Yeah, that's the one.
Moteru. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about Japan in the 6 weeks that I was there is the Japanese people really like their characters. Like people that don't fit the norm or people that look different or something like that. It's cool. I like it.
It's true. You kind of already stand out as well. Like, it's hard to forget you if you were, you did fight in Japan. You fought in Deep against Joji Goto, which I definitely want to talk to you about in a bit. May I ask what nationality you are? Are you full Mexican or what's going on there?
Yeah, full Mexican, loud and proud, man. I'm super proud of my heritage and I represent it proudly.
Right. Your ring name was El Toro, was it? Which means bull, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and that's, you say Buru, right?
Buru. I believe so. So, like, you fought in Deep against Goto, who's actually fought for the belt just recently against Sabatello. He's doing really well, and you beat him by decision, which was, I think it was 2-1, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. But you also trained with Kai, I believe, before the Pantoja bout. Am I correct?
Yep. That's exactly.
So you have quite a connection with Japanese MMA. How many training sessions did you get in together?
Every day for 5 weeks in Thailand and 6 weeks in Japan total, pretty much. So it was a long time that he invested into me and that I invested into him. So throughout that process, I always say I don't know you until I've sweated with you, until I've bled with you. I don't really know you, you know. So training with somebody like Kai, I really got to know him well on a deeper level, and I feel like him and I became good friends in the process. You know, I'd consider him a brother. He invested a lot into me, and he's opened a lot of doors up for me. And I'd like to think I gave him a tiny little bit of American wrestling, you know, so hopefully I was able to help him out as much as he helped me, but I'm super grateful for him and everything he's done for me in my career, in my life.
Yeah, he's got his third UFC bout coming up this week, which is super interesting because you fought his opponent as well. So I think you'll be able to enjoy this fight the most out of everyone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let me get your thoughts on the fight with Joji Goto. You fought in Deep. How was the Japanese audience, by the way?
I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about being in Japan. Even before the fight, I loved how the fans would come up to me and interact with me. I loved how people would always want to ask questions. People were always so in tune with training and wanted to know how things were going. But the fight itself, the crowd was absolutely incredible. They were very knowledgeable. From what I remember, they were very quiet and just loud at the right moments. So it was really cool. I really respect how there's such a culture change when it comes to fandom, and like the fans are so respectful and so nice towards the winners and the losers, you know, because it takes two to create a fight. It's not like in the United States where it's really biased, it's really negative. I loved it. I loved fighting in Japan. I love it.
Right. What did you think about your opponent after fighting with him?
Like I said, I don't know you until we've shed tears, shed blood. So I feel like I know him very well as well. You know, we fought our hearts out. We fought tough. It was a tough fight, tough pace, and I was able to come out on top. So I have nothing but respect for Joji. Ever since then, it's been a good mutual friendship that we've had. I've followed all of his fights. He's followed all of mine. I was really rooting for him in the Risen fight. You know, unfortunately, it didn't go his way, but that's how it happens sometimes. You know, but I was rooting for him. You know, he's a cool guy.
I think he went on quite a winning streak after the fight with you, and then he made it up to the title. And Savatello, I mean, I guess he's just a tough dude, you know. He knows how to win. But I believe Tony Larami, which we say in Japanese, I'm not quite sure if that's correct in English, was in your corner. Was in your corner for that fight against Joji Goto. He fights in Rizin. And I think he's fighting pretty soon against Motoya, which is another tough bout. So I guess with that all said, you do follow Rizin quite a bit.
Absolutely. I love Rizin. It's some of my favorite rule sets. I love watching the fights in the ring. I mean, I'm from America, so I get to see plenty of fights in cages. Fighting in the ring is really unique, and it's really cool to see. So I like to keep up with all the fights that are going on out there. In an ideal world, I would love to be fighting out there all the time. So, of course, I watch all my friends that fight there. You know, I like to watch guys like Tony fight. I like to watch guys like Mikuru fight. You know, when Patchy fought out there against Kiyoma, of course, I wanted to see Kiyoma shock the world. So I'm always paying attention, man. Always.
You trained at JTT, was it, when you were in Japan getting ready for DEEP?
Oh, absolutely. Japan Top Team has a special place in my heart. I feel like I'm an extended part of them. So yeah, I definitely love them and root for all their guys all the time. You know, I can't wait to be back.
Did you get any training with Kiyoma while you were there?
Oh yeah, I did. That dude is good, man. He's the truth. He's absolutely incredible. When we trained at the time, he was still at 135. So I honestly couldn't believe that he was going to stay at that weight class because of his age. I had a feeling he would probably move up at some point, and I'm kind of glad he did because that's a big dude. You know, he's good and he's tough and he hits hard. He hits hard.
Yeah, and he's young as hell. I think he's like 20. So like the future's bright for that kid.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so cool. So you watch quite a bit of Rizin. I mean, like you said, you would like to fight there. It would be cool to see you make it over to Japan again and get a fight in Rizin. I mean, it would make sense to rematch Joji Goto, I guess. You know, there's a good storyline there. But besides that, do you have like anyone that you would like to fight there, or is it just like you just want to fight in the Rizin ring?
Obviously, first things first, I'd love to fight in the Rizin ring to begin with. I want to go back and fight in Japan again regardless. I love everything about the country. I love the culture. I love the fans. I love the training aspect. I loved absolutely everything about it. It was the most pleasant fight I've ever had, the best fight week I've ever had. So first things first is just getting back to fight in Japan. But if we're talking about specifics, guys that I'd like to fight, I feel like right now, the Risen bantamweight division is not that deep. Of course, people would probably want to see me and Joji again, but I feel like there's plenty of other fights to be had aside from me and Joji. Somebody like Ryuta Fukuda, because at the time when I fought Joji, I thought we were going to fight for the belt because I was under the understanding that he was the best guy on the DEEP roster. But they said, no, Ryuta Fukuda's the champion. So if you beat Joji, maybe we could set up you and Ryuta. Unfortunately, me and Fukuda never happened, but I would love to have that fight. I feel like he's been doing well in Rizin. I feel like that's a great fight for both of us. We match up well. Or not to speak on it much, but there has been talks about me fighting other guys that I've heard from time to time, like somebody like Tatsuya Ando, maybe, you know.
That's cool.
And like I said, all respect to everybody, you know, like we could do American wrestling versus American wrestling with me and Danny Sabatello, but I have a lot of respect for the game. I have a lot of respect for everybody in it, and I don't, by no means do I think I need to cut the line for anything, but as I showed in the Joji Goto fight, I'm more than willing to go there and prove my worth to the Japanese crowd and to the Japanese promotions, because at the time when I went out there, I was there to help train with Kai and help Kai get prepared for his fight. They offered me one of the best guys in Japan, and I automatically said yes because that's just what I do. I say yes. So I feel like I bring that aspect to the game, and that's something I want to showcase out there.
Okay, yeah, those are some great fights. Ando's cool. Fukuda's a cool match as well. And having more variety in the bantamweight division would be cool because it kind of needs to be stirred up. I think it's been doing better recently. Some fighters have been making their comeback, and it's getting a little bit more interesting. But it's true, Sabatello is just kind of sitting up there. It kind of just went through all the contenders. So a new face like you would be interesting and it'll be fresh. One thing I wanted to ask you, you just mentioned that you were training with Kai and then the Deep fight came about, but like you went to Japan to JGT to help Kai train and then the Deep fight came along. Is that what happened?
We met in Thailand. Like I said, Billy was coaching Kai, and Kai asked Billy if he knew anybody that was a good wrestler / grappler to help him prepare for somebody like Pantoja. So Billy, knowing Gray Maynard, being a student of Gray Maynard's, thought about me because I'm currently training under Gray Maynard. So he called me and they flew me out to Thailand, and we went out there and we spent 6 weeks there, 5 weeks there, whatever it was. Trained hard there the whole time, hopped in a fight camp, and then the fight got pushed back. So then I went home for a while, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something like that, and then right back to Japan. And then when I flew out to Japan, I got my work visa under the understanding that they would try to get me a fight, which did happen. And then once I got the fight, I was out there the whole time and also was able to switch gears mentally and just get everything ready for me to be able to go out there and fight and perform well for the Japanese crowd as well. But obviously my main focus while training hard was also getting Kai in the best shape possible for his fight against Pantoja because we knew what we were in for.
No, that's kind of like double work. You're helping Kai train for Pantoja and you're training for your own fight.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is at the same time, this was regardless of the fact that I had a fight, this was also me playing a part in a championship level fight camp. So to me, every round was a championship round because even if I didn't have a fight, if you're looking at the preparation and the work that we were doing, everything he did was with Pantoja and a world title in mind. So everything he was doing was at 100%. Everything was hard. Every day was hard. We were training hard, training good, and we brought out the best in each other. You know, we were two very, very opposing styles, very contradicting styles. So we brought the best out of each other, and we both got a lot better throughout that process. So it was cool. That was the most ready I've ever felt for a fight. So I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, I really do hope we get to see you back here again in Japan and fight. Hopefully in Ryzen, because I do like the fights that you just mentioned. It'd be exciting.
Oh, yeah, same here.
Yeah. So when you trained with Kai, I want to ask you, like, what stood out to you? Like, what do you think are his strong points?
Obviously, his speed just stands off. It just jumps off the page at anybody, but something that people can't see on a TV screen, something that people can't read about or view on a YouTube clip is his presence. When he's standing in front of you, to me, that's his true biggest asset. That's his true biggest weapon, is when he's standing in front of you, he is a force to be dealt with. He's intimidating. He's scary. He has a crazy energy to him, and he's ferocious. So every punch he throws, he means to hurt you. He's fast. He's strong. He has crazy power for his weight class. Yeah, I definitely found out. A lot of people don't know this, but going into the Joji Goto fight, I had a broken nose because of Kai.
Oh,
yeah, he punches hard, man. That dude punches hard.
So is it like the pressure of his presence in front of you? Like, is that what's going on?
I think it's more so just the presence that he demands when he's in front of you in the cage. Like, if you watch a Kai fight, you know he only needs one punch to knock you out. He only needs one knee or one kick or whatever the case may be to knock you out. So you know that any mistake could be very costly, and that's already playing back in your head when you're sparring with a guy like him, you know? When he broke my nose, that was actually week 1. It happened week 1 of Thailand, and I had to keep sparring him for 5 weeks.
Jeez.
I'm a man of my word. I said we were going to be there the whole time, so I had to keep sparring him for 5 weeks. So for 5 weeks, I kept breaking my nose, and then I went home for 2 weeks, healed my nose, came back, and kept breaking it again every week until the fight. But it was very worth it because we felt as prepared as he could have possibly been. He got the best possible work he could have got. Obviously, the fight didn't go his way, but I mean, that's the fight game. That's how it goes. The preparation was the most important part.
Right. Okay, that's cool. That's cool to hear. But yeah, his striking is pretty nasty and it could be devastating, right? It just takes one shot from him.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty rare for a guy. Well, now he's at bantamweight, but he was at flyweight. It's pretty rare for a small guy like that to possess that kind of power.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you fought his opponent, Smotherman, as well. So how do you feel he stacks up against Kai?
I think this is this is as good of a matchup as he could have possibly asked for. Cam is a great striker, but I don't think he even compares to Kai when it comes to the striking ability. I also think Cameron is not going to shoot on him whatsoever. He's not going to try to take it to the ground. He's not going to grapple. So I think this is right in Kai's best interest. This is a great way for Kai to show what he can truly do and showcase to the world, and really state his claim as to why he was brought over, why he was considered one of the best of all time getting brought over. So I think this is the fight where he builds himself a highlight and he really goes out there and he shines, and I can't wait to see it, man. I love Kai. I love the team. I just want to see them do well.
Right. It is true. It is a pretty good matchup for Kai because, it's another striker. But Smotherman's got some power, right? Like, he's got some finishing abilities as far as the striking goes because you're a tough dude and he gave you your only KO loss, I believe.
When anybody watches that fight, that I was winning that fight by a landslide the first 2 rounds, completely demolishing him. I was dominating the first 2 rounds, and unfortunately I injured my neck really bad, and that put me out for about, I think, 8 months after that. I injured my neck and my spine. I had my C5-6 and C6-7 injured. They were scared that I might have went paralyzed.
Jeez.
And so it was a pretty devastating injury that happened throughout one of our wrestling exchanges. After that moment, from that point forward, I couldn't really move my arms much. I couldn't move much. I was pretty debilitated from it. Yeah, so I was just doing my best to survive, and unfortunately it wasn't enough. But nonetheless, I'm not taking anything away from Cam. He's a great fighter. I knew what I was signing up for. I knew what kind of fight it was going to be, but that's just how it worked out.
You never know what's going to happen in MMA. It takes only one shot. I guess you favor Kai in this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If I was to ask you like a prediction, how do you feel it goes down?
I feel like second round TKO would probably be a very good take. I think that's where my money is for this one. I just think first round, Cam is very good about dictating the pace and controlling the pace, bringing people to fight to his speed. But once Kai gets that read and he can really start putting it on him, I think he's going to start adding on. And the first couple punches are never the most dangerous. It's that third, fourth, fifth punch that really start to get dangerous. Those are the ones that are harder to block, harder to move away from. And I think that's where he catches them. So somewhere in the second round, I think he finishes them.
Right. So he's going to catch him somewhere as time goes on. And he's got some power in his shot. So he'll probably do the damage and then get the finish.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see. I do hope Kai can pull this off and, get his first win in the UFC. It'll be cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. And it seems like he's been putting in great work. He brought a lot of good guys to help him out throughout this camp. So it's just cool to see him prepare and just get ready and get sharp. His last fight was in Chicago, and that's where I was raised. So I was able to be there for that, and I was able to be there for him all the fight week and stuff like that, and hang out with him after that fight. So it's just cool to see his career take, the way it's going. Like, I like to see him in the US, and I like to see the American crowd get to see who he is,
For sure. Hopefully he can get some fights back over there and climb up the rankings and do his thing. That'd be very, very cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
It was good to hear your prediction. Once again, like, you have a good insight on both of those guys. And I really do hope we can get you in Ryzen somehow. Like, I don't know what I have to do to get the matchmakers to hear what you got to say, but like...
I hope they do too, man. I really do. Just because I feel like I'd be good for the division. I feel like it makes all the sense in the world. Now's the time. I'm in my prime. I feel great. I'm ready to go, and I don't want any of this time to go to waste. I'm ready to fight the best right now. I really hope they give me a call, man. I feel like when I fought in Japan, I really felt like I belonged there. It felt good. It felt like home to me. And I can't wait to be back.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I don't think we have a Mexican fighter in Ryzen. Like, we're going pretty international recently, especially in the bantamweight. We got guys from Uzbekistan coming in. Well, they're mainly strikers, but they're pretty tough. And then, we got an American in Savatello. Let's go like worldwide, international in Ryzen. That'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Mando, that's kind of all I got for you, but if there's anything you want to plug or say besides you want to fight in Ryzen.
Yeah. Oh, definitely I want to fight in Ryzen. Absolutely. So if any of the matchmakers are hearing this, absolutely, I need my shot. But other than that, man, I appreciate the time with you, and I hope all the Japanese fans can hopefully make some noise for me as well and let them know that I'd be an interesting guy to have in the division there. I'm an interesting guy to bring out. Hopefully, if they get enough noise, maybe they start to take notice and they realize that there's a guy like me out there who's hungry, who's ready to bring the fight to absolutely anybody, and I won't say no to any of the matchups that they offer me. I'm ready to go. And on top of all that, I love Japan, man. I can't wait to be back. I love Tokyo. I love Japan in general. I loved being there. It was so pleasant, and I can't wait to be back.
Yeah, it's cool to hear Ryzen getting more popularity among fighters over there in the States, and it's very nice to hear you saying you love Japan and you want to fight in Ryzen. Like, just hearing that would make Ryzen fans happy in general. So it was cool to talk to you and get your insight on Kai's next coming up fight with Smatherman. And I hope I get the opportunity to talk to you again about your fight in Ryzen.
Yeah, I hope so too. And I hope next time we have this conversation, I get to do it in Japanese. I'm actually practicing my Japanese a little bit. So hopefully by the next time I'm out there, I'm fluent enough to be able to have a conversation in Japanese.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Mando. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
We'll see you. Thank you.